Kaisar Akhir, Sarjana Ilmu Kelautan, Master Science MBA, Director of Blue Economic Center, Stay Sekolah Tinggi Ilmu Ekonomi Indonesia Jakarta, and Associate Professor TS Dr. Jessica Ong Hai Liao, Senior Lecturer in National Defense University of Malaysia, and Vice Chairperson of Women and Logistics and Transportation Malaysia. Usually Miss Jessica sudah tahu juga kita cakap campur-campur English, Malay, Indonesia sekali. And then but Mr. Kaisa Akhir is the first time join with ASEAN Lecture Community event. Therefore, I want to introduce you that this event there is a rundown itinerary. The first welcoming speech from me is the chairman of ILC, and the second, the short video, ILC official video by Indah Gumilang as the co-host, and then the first speaker. Kalau I lihat nama sini, kalau lihatlah daripada alfabet ni kena awal Jessica, AJK, tapi nanti boleh mana satu. And then after the first speaker sharing, there is the song by video, Mr. Kaisar. Ini bukan conference, this is not conference. Therefore, not by strict protocol. We are only enjoy and yes, sharing both knowledge silaturahim lah, macam tu orang Malaysia kata. Therefore, every speaker sharing, there is one song by video for refreshing. And after the second speaker sharing, we go to question answer. Therefore, the participant will be to use chat box for the share question, or you can to share direct to my email address. My email address right now in the chat box. Okay, the first, once more, thank you very much for the famous speaker today with the term Blue Economic Communication and Marine Life. And thank you very much to participant, Malaysia student, I think, and from Jakarta, and usually there is the Sultan Thailand too, and especially from student Sekolah Tinggi Ilmu Ekonomi Indonesia Jakarta. Welcome you, and proudly you are join right now. Okay, the second, Indah Gumilang as the co-host will be to share the and Mas atau Pak Kaisar. If we look right now about the term Blue Economic Communication and Marine Life, therefore I think kita kena dengar about Blue Economic dulu ya. Lepas tu Puan Jessica, the second speaker, sebab kami sudah biasa juga dekat sini. Okay, Mr. Kaisa, you can to sharing first because Miss Jessica nak lihat about Blue Economic as you as director in higher education, College University, Stay Jakarta. Please, time is you now around 30 or 35 minutes, please.
Okay, thank you so much, Bapak Reza, Dr. Profesor Reza. Terima kasih. Thank you for the time, and it's an honor for me to be here to share about the blue economy and marine life. Maybe, yeah. I can share. Okay, let me share first. Actually, I'm like nervous, little nervous, because I'm talking in front of the professor and lecturers.
I think you nervous because Miss Jessica is very beautiful. I think you nervous because.
Okay.
Because Puan Jessica selalu charming person. Okay, very clear.
Yeah.
Clean.
Okay. Okay. Professors, Mr. and Mrs. from the ASEAN countries, let me introduce myself. My name is Kaisar Akhir, the founder and chairman of Indonesian Maritime Youths, and also currently as the director of Indonesia Blue Economy Center at Indonesia College of Economics or STI Indonesia Jakarta. Currently, I'm lecturing in business leadership, um, entrepreneurship, and also organizational behavior. And my focus on the blue economy, yeah, because my background, my educational background, mixture of marine science and technology, marine management, and also business studies. Okay, allow me to like the presentation somewhat in Indonesia, but I will speak in English, Mr. Reza.
Yep.
Bapak Reza. Okay, as the background, Indonesia as a maritime and archipelagic state. Currently, yeah, Indonesian government and community people together to achieve the vision of Indonesia Maju and Poros Maritim Dunia, making Indonesia as the developed country and also as a global maritime fulcrum in 2045. So why we have these visions? Because we are the largest archipelagic state in the world with the potential marine resources, territorial, and also islands. And we have the marine biodiversity. Some people, some researchers said we have the marine mega biodiversity. We have mangrove species, mangrove biodiversity, seagrass, coral reefs, and also fisheries in in coral reefs habitats, and also we have marine endemic species, and the second longest coastal state in Indonesia as the second longest coastal state in the world. We have 108,000 kilometers coastline in Indonesia, and I will maybe as we have the vision to be global maritime fulcrum, the vision of Indonesia to become as the maritime state that's sovereign, developed, strong, and independent, as well as able to give the positive contribution for security and peaceful on the region and the world as in national in in the as the international as the national interest. We have the 6 principles. One of them is blue economy. This vision to become the global maritime fulcrum, as mentioned on the Indonesian Ocean Policy, presidential regulation number 16 year 2017. Nah, in 2021, President of Indonesia giving the message on some events, some historical and national moments, like on the planning meeting of development, and also on the annual meeting of MPR, sidang tahunan MPR, like People's Assembly meeting, and the president should giving like annual speech as the report of the development, and also on the last or the topic at the top of the day on the Hari Maritim Nasional, National Maritime Day. The president mentioned we should make sustainable blue economy as the priority, the priority, and also as the direction. Blue economy should be as one of the direction of blue economy of the economic development based on innovation and technology. So in Indonesia, if we want to develop economy based on research, based on innovation and technology, should moving forward to atau berbasis ya arah pada green economy, blue economy ya, like that, and we should make it strong. Blue economy should be strong in Indonesia. And in some research, also ministerial policy or studies such as Blue Economy Development Framework for Indonesia's Economic Transformation by Bappenas, the Ministry of Development Planning, cooperation with OECD, already have the research document like this as the framework of development. And World Bank also already have the research of blue economy growth and development in Indonesia. And in some forum, international forum like IORA, Indian Ocean Rim Association, Indonesia in 2017 as the host of the meeting, initiate and invite and to work together with the member states of IORA, declare the Jakarta Declaration on Blue Economy. So this document show how far Indonesia very concerned on the blue economy development, not only in national but also in the regional forum. And also on the ASEAN, yeah, we have the document ASEAN Outlook. One of areas of cooperation is maritime cooperation. Each maritime cooperation chapter, we committed to develop blue economy also. Yeah, first one, we have strong commitment and policy in national level, and second one, we have also the commitment, strong commitment in international forum or level like IORA, ASEAN, and also on the archipelagic and island state forum, the forum of archipelagic and island states, not only in not only on the Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean, but also Indonesia already initiated, and the Secretariat of Archipelagic and Island State Forum located in Jakarta. So the Secretariat of Archipelagic and Island State Forum in Jakarta. In this forum, they have developed the Blue Economy Development Index document as the guideline, the conceptual framework for this SDG have the strong relation with the principles of blue economy. And yeah, what is economy biru or blue economy? Based on our research, based on my research with team, we define blue economy as the sustainable use of marine resources to reduce the ecological scarcity, to reduce environmental risk, to improve the food security, human well-being, quality job, to improve the poverty alleviation, yeah, to support the economic growth, and to make sure the sustainable use and the sustainable production and consumption that involve all stakeholders, all related stakeholders. So this year, yeah, we have this year we will launch and make it available to be operated. We have the innovative research that we call Blue Economy Company Index. Blue Economy Company Index, what's that? We will explain, yeah, in the near future, in the next slide. Okay, this index we developed together by Stay Indonesia, coordinating Ministry for Maritime Affairs and Investment, and also Maritim Muda. Okay, nah, Blue Economy Company Index we already published in the international journal and also presented. BECDEX is already presented on the International Conference on Business Management and Governance in Australia virtually. And also this is the journal of my paper about Blue Economy Company Index, yeah, designing and mapping the Blue Economy Company Index to the Sustainable Development Goals for maritime companies in the coastal states. Nah, BECDEX is a toolkit, is an international standard to identify and certify companies categorized as maritime companies running their business meeting the principles of Blue Economy to support the achievement of sustainable development goals in the coastal states. The benefits not only for governments, but also for companies, societies, and also for marine ecosystem. We have some benefits for governments, such as governments will be assisted to guide and assess Blue Economy implementation by maritime companies, assisted to accelerate the achievement of SDGs, and also an appreciation and recognition of their efforts to implement Blue Economy principles in order to support sustainable development, and can brand themselves as the ocean-friendly companies with the label of Blue Economy company. And for societies, can increase decent work, improve prosperity, and social equity and social inclusion. And also for a marine ecosystem, it will be healthier. It's interesting. Based on our research, in the world, there are 153 coastal states in the world. So 153 of 193 UN member states are coastal states. So BECDEX can be applied in 153 coastal states in the world. What is coastal state? Coastal state simply is a state with a sea coastline. So yeah, in the world there are many coastal states. Maritime company is a profit organization that operating their business in blue economy sectors and taking place in the ocean and coastal areas. For example, like hotels, cafeteria, restaurant in the coastal area, they are the maritime companies also. Even they are not using or utilizing the the marine resources directly, but because they are located on the coastal areas, they are the maritime company also. And the blue economy sectors, including marine fisheries and aquaculture, marine transportation, shipping, port management, marine tourism, cruise tourism, marine desalination, oil and gas, offshore oil and gas, marine renewable energy, boat and boat and shipping building, boat and ship building, and also maritime or ocean offshore building, and also maritime security and defense, and maritime education and training. The principles of blue economy, including marine and coastal biodiversity conservation, pollution control on the coast and seas, marine energy and water management, safety and security in the working environment, social inclusion, social equity, protection of the human right or labor right, and also minimum wage fulfillment, and also yeah, to be fulfilled as in following the standard, and also competitive and circular economy. So this one, the page in English, yeah, the structure of index, the structure of index. So it's interesting. Maybe we can collaborate to implement this index in our countries, yeah, in your countries, including the 3 aspects and outcomes, yeah, with the 10 principles and 50 indicators. We can see the indicators, yeah, from conformity to marine spatial plans, marine ecosystem restoration protection, prohibition of destructive practices, to renewable and clean energy utilization. So we focus on the environmental aspect on the 15 indicators that distributed to 3 principles: biodiversity conservation, pollution control, and energy and water management. In social aspect, we have 4 principles, yeah, safe and healthy working environment, social inclusion, social equity, labor rights protection, consists of 25 indicators, from access to education to the retirement benefits. Yeah. These indicators related to the social aspect, especially on the laborers, on the workers in the industry or company. And in economic aspect, we have 3 principles, consist of 10 indicators, from minimum wage to digital transformation. Yeah, it's about the wage, about the tax retribution, premiums, and also the agreement, the sustainability, technological intervention, in local, micro, small, medium size enterprise development, and also digital transformation. So if the company would like to be certified as a blue economy company, they should meet 70% of BECDEX indicators in each aspect. So in environmental aspect, they should meet 11 of 15 indicators of environmental aspect, 18 of 25 indicators of social aspect, and 7 of 10 indicators of economic aspect. And based on our research, so surprisingly, there are 17 goals and 49 targets of SDGs would be supported by the BECDEX indicators. So all goals of SDGs would be or can be supported by the BECDEX indicators. And I would like to share this one. Sorry, I changed PowerPoint. Yeah.
Something wrong?
No, I would like to change the file. I would like to show another one. Yeah. Can you see?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Nah, I would like to introduce the IBEC as the real action for blue economy development in Indonesia. IBEC established as the center of excellence for blue economy studies and business. We have the strategic partners. They are Maritim Muda and Maritime Planner. IBEC established as the national center for blue economy because we see, in other countries many centers already established, like in USA, China, Australia, Somalia, and also in Seychelles. So why not Indonesia have also the National Blue Economy Center? So we established this center in our campus, in our Indonesia College of Economics. Yeah, we have this scope of program. We have education and research, consulting and business development, marine conservation, competence and professional training. Okay, these are the flagship program. We have a program on the curriculum development of blue economy education, on the master and on the master level. And in the future, we will develop the curriculum for PhD in ocean business and DBA in blue economy business. You are welcome, to join us, to collaborate with us to create this new curriculum, PhD in ocean business and DBA in blue economy business. And also we have the consulting and incubator also for young maritime technopreneurs. We have profesi.ed, the competence and professional training, marine conservation and education project, strategic studies on the marine policy, and student internship. This is the new one. Yeah, I can say, Pak Reza, this program, already open for student, not only for Indonesian students, but also please welcome if Malaysian students, Singaporean students would like to join, you are welcome. We have the program of Master of Management with the concentration in blue economy business management, with the concentration courses, ocean industrial management, sustainable marine tourism management, and marine entrepreneurship and photography. I can say this study program with this concentration is the first in the world and in Indonesia, because the degree in management, but the concentration on blue economy, like that. So in the class, you are welcome to give also like public lecture or maybe something like that. We can collaborate in the future. Okay, maybe okay, I would like to share like just a little bit more of my activities with the youth.
Collaboration with the chairperson, logistic woman. Next time.
Okay, I will share again. Okay. Okay. Pak Reza, if you visit Stay Indonesia Jakarta, don't forget to visit my office,
Wow.
in our campus. Okay. This is the IBEC office, Indonesia Economy Center. We have the staff and meeting room, a director room, and mini bar, and also a co-working space. It's very digital. We have digital technology on this office. Dispenser digital, TV digital.
I
And
will
yeah,
come there with Miss Jessica too, right?
yeah, Professor Jessica, you are most welcome
On
to visit.
October.
Yeah.
So, uh,
Okay, and yeah, this is the my degree, my master degree. I graduated from this university, World Maritime University in Sweden,
mm,
by scholarship from Indonesian government.
mm,
And in 2019, we only 6 young people, but also but now we have the members, almost 6,000 members.
mm,
Yeah, in Indonesia.
very interesting.
This is the flagship program of my organization. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Maritime Technopreneurs Incubator, Expedition, awards, scholarship, teaching program, training center, and also we already have the platform to
Mm,
connect with the uh, all members. They have the personal account. They have the
mm,
personal account on our platform that we call Maritim Muda Hub. Like
okay.
so,
Okay.
we can communicate with them with this platform. Yeah, this we have also developed Geopark Youth Hub. If you
Mm,
searching also on the Googling Geopark Youth
mm,
Hub, we have developed the platform to connect Geopark's youth in the
mm.
world.
Oh.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and also we have a marine conservation program, webinars,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and also we have the strong relationship with the governments,
Mm,
coordinating Ministry for Maritime Affairs and Investment, Ministry
mm,
of Marine Affairs and Fisheries,
mm-hmm.
Ministry of Youth and Sports, and also yeah,
Okay. Okay.
and also with the People's Assembly, senators of Indonesia. And
Mm-hmm.
these are the awards of our organization
Mm,
and our achievements. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, I
uh-huh.
just skip, and yeah,
Okay.
this is my experience talking on the international forum and conference in US, Singapore, Philippines, Canada, and
Mm,
also edu trip to Iceland, to
mm.
UK, Belgium, Slovenia, Italy, and Sweden. Okay,
Oh.
maybe yeah,
Very
that's
interesting.
all uh, my presentation to share, and yeah, you are welcome to discuss with me. Thank
Okay.
you
Good.
for your input and question. Maybe later.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. I think it is something news in the college in university stay Rawamangun. I think so, Rawamangun. I think
Listen to the song later by Prof.
yep.
Indah. Yeah. Understand because
Okay.
of memang it's true when you're outside, it's very hard to get technology lah. So that's
Yeah.
why related to my topic today, yeah, it's about technology in communications for military personnel towards the family bonding. So I would like to share first, yeah, actually this is just a photos lah, yeah, with Kaisa. Actually, I'm very impressed, Kaisa. Kaisa, congratulations, guys. Prof. Reza, guys, very impressed with the youth, you know, a lot of I can see a lot of yeah, achievements that you achieve, you know, very proud of it all, especially the young people should, you know, be in front as a frontliners, as the leader. This is very good. So congratulations to Kaisa. I hope that Prof. Reza, we can visit the
Yeah.
place. And it's true,
Thank
is it the best collaboration just now is with the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, Kaisa, that we can work together, and also with National Defence Museum Malaysia. We can see, because we also have a department, maritime department. I try to link and see with the permission of Prof. Reza, we see how we can bring together the speaker, the same with you, climate change, you know, they have a lot of research about all these, the same research like yours, maritime. I can see nearly similar, so we can work together in that ways lah. So from my side, all right, I just want to share some photos only, yeah, photos, because today I don't have much words, you know, just to share that this is one of our research, you know. Okay, I will just share a few photos lah, yeah, a few photos here that we went to a few places. Okay, this is this one to share. This is the military officer that we went for some. Okay, this one, right? Okay, we went for some. Ke-9 Regiment Askar Melayu Diraja Melaka. We went there to discuss that actually what is the topic that they need from us, yeah, to do more discussion, to further discussion. So after we look into it, actually one of the betul tadi the factors here, the influence is like economy, and then also social part, let's say communications, is all influence that how to look into the morale. Dari segi moral, ya, seseorang askar tu dari segi the moral, dari segi semangat, patriotisme. I know we're looking into semangat patriotisme dalam diri military personnel. Actually, the whole is the whole, but for today's topic, I was just looking into the technology lah. So some photos to share. We went to a few places in Kelantan. It's another battalion, ke-21 Regiment Askar Melayu Diraja in Kelantan, to get the feedback, and also Regiment Pertama Korps Armor Diraja Pahang. This is just army, the army. And from all these photos, we try to do two. Yeah, two part. One is for officers, military officers, different. Of course, the outcome will be different. And another one will be about the line pangkat. Yeah, it means a different rank. So you can see when you do all this research, it will be a different outcome. Yeah, when we're looking into the different rank and also the officer. All right. Okay. Okay. So about today's topic. Okay, let me close first. All right. So technology in communication for military personnel towards family bonding. So actually, this is just a conceptual discussion. I would like to share this. I don't show some slide here because from all the pictures, there's some photos that we went from this discussion, from the interviews with this group, and we go into the details about to look into the impact, the impact of external factors on the technology of